Your true goal is the one thing that would so transform your life you would feel like you were permanently on holiday. Quote from Vadim Zeland. If you don't know the author Vadim Zeland, he has a new English translation out for Master of Reality, new book. Get it on Amazon. Highly recommend. Sometimes you have to, not all of his books are for everybody. So sometimes you have to either reread it or come back to it. But not everybody is going to get the gist of his books. But it's worth a look and see if it resonates with you, because it may not resonate with everybody. But I wanted to bring up that quote because I want to talk about heart and mind coordination today. And I've talked about this in other videos, but I want to give you 5 signs of heart-mind coordination, because I think a lot of times people confuse the easy path with the path of least resistance. So your true goal, and Vadim mentions this in some of his books, your true goal, what is aligned most to you in your path in life? You know, when you're setting an intention for something, for a goal, something you want to manifest in your life, opportunities will come up. And the idea is to look for the path of least resistance. Now, not to be confused with the path of easy or lazy necessarily. And I think we can get these things confused. So, you know, you could say the path of least resistance. Okay, I'm going to take an easy minimum wage job or something, and but my heart is not in it. So that's this idea of heart-mind coordination. So there are easy paths in life where you can just go through the motions, do things very easy. Say you get a job and you sit around and you don't have a lot of work. It's, you know, not a ton of responsibility. Is your heart into that though? No, it's not purpose driven. It's not aligned to purpose and to your path. That's what I'm talking about here. So 5 easy signs of heart and mind coordination. So heart and mind coordination is basically where the magic happens in your life. It is the place where you feel most aligned. It is how you know that you are closer to your true goal, what's meant for you, because we all have our own goals in life, our own paths in life, our own places where we feel the most aligned, our own doors, you could say. So number 1, you know, a sign of heart and mind, true heart and mind coordination is it elicits a positive emotional response from you. Things like gratitude, love, openness, expansiveness. It brings tears to your eyes. It feels inspiring. You know these feelings, right? They feel really, really good. So that is a big clue that something in your life or a path you're going down, or if you're thinking about something or a goal, it's aligned. It's heart, mind aligned, okay? Number 2, it feels like the path of least resistance. So there's a flow to it. So there are things in life that we have to force ourselves to do, right? We have to pay bills, sometimes a job, we have to really we're tired, we have to plow through it and stuff. But when it comes to your individual lifeline, I guess you could say, or where you may feel the most aligned in your life, it's going to feel like the path of least resistance. Not to be confused with easy, again, because you want it to be heart, mind aligned. So it shouldn't feel like a battle in your life. If you're going down a road, you're going down a path, trying to meet a goal, if it feels really forced and it feels like you're constantly battling with yourself, with other people, doors keep closing on you, it's probably not your door. Just saying. Number 3, you begin to see glimpses of your reality begin to change. So if your heart and your mind are aligned, you're sitting at a higher vibration, right? Thinking about a goal, you're pursuing a goal, you're setting an intention, putting the work into it. People seem to maybe want to talk to you. You have, abundance flowing into your life. Weird things happen, okay? And this is a glimpse into you being on that higher plane for yourself, okay? Where you are more aligned, you're closer to your true goal, which essentially is you, okay? Getting back to yourself. So in Taoism, we look at life in a circular fashion, or, going around the circle of life. We come back into ourselves. We learn lessons. Maybe we're conditioned for a while, right? We go through adolescence and adulthood and come back eventually into older age. And eventually on this trip, this road trip, I guess you could call it, we come back into ourselves. So the whole goal of this life, or what I believe, is that we find who we were when we were born, essentially, right? And get back to that, because so many things will sway us in life. People will sway us, right? School will sway us. Society will sway us in all different directions. And the ego becomes involved. And we feel like we are supposed to be somebody, or we're supposed to fit into this box. So really, over time, we realize, hey, that's not me. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about here. And knowing these signs of what it feels like to be completely aligned to yourself and heart, mind, core, these are just some things to pick up on in your life, okay? So number 4, it's unique to you. You feel powerful when you think about it, okay? Often, if it's a true goal of yours, it's illuminating one of your gifts or creativity, something about you that makes you unique. So, a lot of successful people, they're successful not because they follow down other people's paths. Yes, that can that can happen, but it's going to be more from a place of force versus flow. If you tap into what makes you individual and you stop worrying about what other people are doing, and you think maybe one of your flaws, you can transform it into something that makes you really individualized, okay, and stand out. So a lot of successful people, they're successful because they've done things that nobody else has done, okay? They've tapped into maybe their weirdness or the uniqueness. And because they're living in their power and their truth, people are maybe attracted to that and resonate with that, because we can non-verbally or subconsciously pick up on when other people are being authentic, okay? We can see through bullshit, right? We know this, especially right now in 2025. We can see through people's bullshit. We know when they're lying, essentially. But sometimes we try to rationalize or talk ourselves out of it. But on a subconscious level, we know. And number 5, a part of you already knows it will happen because it's part of your path. So oftentimes our brain, excessive thinking, it blocks our own greatness. Essentially, things we already know, and we're looking for advice from other people or from books and YouTube videos, but deep down we already know. And it's almost like we're seeking the reassurance from the external for something that we already know. So those are just some key signs of heart-mind coordination. And I'm going to reiterate this in a lot of videos, because this is something that so many people have strayed. They've strayed away from themselves. They don't know how to tap into themselves. They don't know how to live in their truth, in their power. They're always living for other people. They're always maybe on their phone, where they've become just asleep at the wheel in their own life. They don't take control, right? Or other people fantasize. And the difference between fantasy and intention is fantasy is usually comes from a place of just desire. It's all over the place. It's unfocused. Whereas intention is clear. It has a clarity. It has a flow to it. It has an alignment. It's purpose driven. Okay. So if you tap into that, you're going to get closer and closer back to yourself. So anyway, I hope you found this video was helpful. Let me know in the comments below what you think, any other thoughts you have on it, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.